Good morning, everybody. This is Lily with Zen Kitty Studio, coming at you from Sturgeon Bay State Park, Potowatami State Park. Beautiful place. Very rustic. They have a few electrical sites, not very many, and they're usually full up with those. So if you like primitive camping in the real woods, this is a beautiful place to be. Sturgeon Bay is in Door County. Just look at those views. It's on the bay, on the water, so you have water access. You can see the sites are really nice. They have a fire pit and a picnic table, and actually they have a little seat for you by the fire pit too. So this is the state park run by the DNR. I don't know how long you can camp here. I think it's 14 days. We're here for 8 days. We have no electric. Our solar isn't working the best because it's very shady. Oh, look at those views. Can you imagine this being your backyard for a few weeks? It's just lovely here. It's very quiet, very tranquil. There are all kinds of hiking trails here. Long ones and short ones through the woods. The Ice Age Trail. Actually, glaciers are what deposited all this rock and carved out some of these rock shelves. You'll find little caves here and there. It's a wonderful place to take kids for a vacation. Up at the office, well, actually at the camp store, they have a camp store where you can get most of the things you need. And they have free coffee, hot cocoa. And they also have a little nature center there for kids or people who like to explore. It's sort of self-guided, meaning, there's nobody there to give talks, although they have occasional talks, from what I've heard. I'm gonna sit right here for a few minutes. You can just enjoy the beauty. This place is lovely. Door County is my favorite place to camp, bar none, in Wisconsin. You will find rustic campgrounds like this. There's a state park. There's also Peninsula State Park. This is Potowatami. And you'll also find a lot of commercialized campgrounds with all the bells and whistles, the swimming pool and the Wi-Fi for people who can't cope without it. But if you're like us and you like to boondock and you like to be in nature, Potowatami State Park outside of Sturgeon Bay is a great place to be. It was $18 a night without electric. It's a little more with electric. And you also have to buy a state park pass. You can get a season pass or a day pass. Now, the season pass for us, because we are Wisconsin residents, was $28 for our vehicle, which isn't bad. But keep in mind, this season here in Wisconsin is only from like May till October. It's not like New Mexico where it's a year-round thing. But that will get you into any state park, although you do have to pay to camp, but it will get you in and you won't have to pay for the sticker again. There are about 28 state parks in Wisconsin. This is on the very eastern edge, on the tip, what we call the thumb of the mitten. So, if you like primitive camping, and I'm assuming you do if you follow this channel, if you're a boondocker, if you're a full-time RVer, then, check this place out if you're in Wisconsin. I mean, come to Door County. It's gorgeous here. It's on the bay, on the west side, Bay of Green Bay, and on the east side is the Lake Michigan. And it's just a narrow strip of land that's not very wide, and it's It's very touristy, yeah. You're going to find that all the tourist stops. But there's also a lot of hidden gems like this state park where you can come and hike and swim and boat. You can actually, here you can rent kayak. You can rent bikes too to go on the trails, but you can rent boats to go on the water, kayak. So if you like outdoorsy stuff in Door County, there's that too. They have zip lines here. You know, there's all the commercial things that you can do. And then there's just the down home stuff. Dan and I like to just get in the car and drive when we go to Door County. You go from small town to small town, and they're all harbor towns. It's very picturesque. It's a lot like, they call it the Cape Cod of the Midwest. So the other day we drove all the way up to Gills Rock, which is the tip of the thumb. Got some smoked salmon, some cherry soda, and then coming back down, we stopped in Ephraim, got some burgers, and sat right on the bay watching the sailboats. So we ate our burgers. So, and this is the park. They have pit toilets, and they also have flush toilets and showers up at the entrance of the camp. There's two campgrounds, the lower and the upper. We're in the lower, but they're pretty much the same. There is a boat landing here too. So you'll see all kinds of stuff here. Got the big rigs, and you've got the tenters. And then there's people like us who are full-time and live in our house. Our house is our RV. Lots of bugs here. If you come, you're going to want bug spray. I'll tell you that much. Going to pause for a minute while I change the scenery for you. So hold on. And here's a shot of another campsite. Isn't it just beautiful? See the rocks in the background, the shelving. Just beautiful here. It is July right now. Yesterday was really hot, extremely hot, like 95. Today it's 75. Big difference. Get you. See the rocks from the glacier? They call the trails around here the Ice Age Trail. But just imagine exploring this. Oh, it's beautiful. Whether you have kids or not. If you just like nature. Now coming from Apple Creek Campground in Wrightstown, where we just left. Oops, had a little bit of a problem there. Sorry. Coming from Apple Creek Campground, where we just left, which is a commercial campground, privately owned, to this is just wonderful. Peaceful. Apple Creek was wonderful in its own right, but it was very noisy and very busy. They have golf carts coming around all the time, every 15, 20 minutes with security, and, and it is very commercialized, but it's a place to stay if you need to be by Green Bay. This, on the other hand, is what we would call BLM land, I guess. If you're from out west, only you pay to camp here, of course, but it's managed land, managed by the DNR. And it's kept up minimally. So I'm going to pause for one more minute, get you some different scenery. Here we are at the camp store. See, they have firewood for sale. It's about $7 for a bundle. They have a little walk-in nature center. Go over there in a sec. And there's the store. Whoops. Park store. They have bike rentals. They sell ice. They sell knickknacks and postcards and little things you might need for your camping trip, like can of beans or some ketchup, marshmallows. Like I said, if your husband needs them all. My husband can do that. So, Very rustic. And it's very quiet. One thing I will tell you is they don't allow generators here. So Dan and I had a little bit of a problem because he needs to charge the batteries on our rig for his CPAP, and they told us we had to go to the boat landing to be able to do that, to be able to run our generator, which is way up at the northern tip, so we weren't bothering anyone. So there's no generators here, and it is very wooded, so the solar doesn't work the best. But for a couple of days, it's okay. We're here for 4. So last night was Wednesday night, and we went up to the boat landing for an hour and a half and charged our batteries. That was kind of halfway in. We came Monday afternoon, and we're leaving tomorrow. We're going up to Egg Harbor tomorrow. So let's take a walk over here to the nature center. See what's what. They do have programs here from time to time, but mostly this is a self-guided place. Oops, look out, we're going into the garage. It's going to get dark. There we are. Sturgeon, which is what Sturgeon Bay is named for. Oh, that's a big one. This is the nature center, mostly for kids, as you can see. And here is where we are. See, there's Wisconsin, and this is Door County, and we are right here. We're going up here on tomorrow to camp. But that's where we are at, where the little red dot is, and you can see Green Bay, and then Michigan's on the other side of Door County for Wisconsin. Great place to explore if you love nature. And here we are at the bay. Just wouldn't be complete if I didn't show you the bay, hey? Right over there is Sturgeon Bay. Lots of boats here, sailboats, motorboats. Water is very cool, refreshing. They don't have a beach here, but they do have a beach in town. Now across the way there is Sturgeon Bay. And if you want stuff to do, if you're not going to be happy sitting in the campground, they do have a lot of stuff here. In Sturgeon Bay, they have little coffee shops, they have pizza places, they have the touristy shops where you can buy junk that's overpriced. That says Door County on it. Sorry, that's just my spin. And they have a maritime museum. We've been there. Door County had a lot of ships coming through. It's called the door to the Great Lakes. That's why it's Door County. There are shipwrecks. You can take shipwreck tours, haunted ghost tours, trolley tours, boat tours. But if you want to go to Sturgeon Bay and camp at Potowatami State Park here for a rather reasonable rate and take day trips up. That's what Dan and I have been doing, taking our car and going up to the tip and enjoying some of the sights and nature, taking the puppies with us. It's very fun. So this is Lily saying peace out from Sturgeon Bay, Potowatami State Park in Sturgeon Bay. I hope you're having a wonderful Zen day and continue to watch, and I will show you more of Door County and some of the little villages that we visit. So have a great day. Peace out.